I'm Audrey Rekedal, and I'm a freshman at SPU and on the rowing team.
Audrey, just finished competing in your first Windermere Cup race. What was the experience like for you?
Yeah, it was definitely a little nerve-wracking and super exciting. There were a ton of boats out there, so warm-up was a little hectic. It was a lot of stop and go, stop and go. But once we got up to the start line, we found other people that were in our race, and so that was super helpful. And everyone, all the officials were really kind, and they just helped us get up there. And they had a very official starting block, so we just went through and kind of got into our lane. And they had a red light and then a green light, and so then we just went.
Had you, I'm sure you'd been briefed on kind of what to expect with the noise from a large crowd and things. I guess what were you told before, and did it live up to that billing, and did that advice help you?
Yeah, I definitely was told that it was going to be really chaotic and super loud, that I might not even be able to hear my coxswain, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. So that was really like a peace of mind for me, and it was definitely cool to have both on both sides. You could hear them calling out like, "Oh, SPU," when he came down, which was super exciting and just encouraging to hear, especially when you're getting tired. And I think the loudest part was coming into the cut at the very end. There were so many people on the bridge and all around, and so they were like cheering a lot, and you know you're coming to the finish, so it's like a good boost of energy to feel that encouragement when you get to the end.
How difficult is it for you and your crew to, I guess, stay within themselves, not have adrenaline kick in and do something crazy or start going too fast? How difficult is that to stick to your race plan when there is that adrenaline involved, that crowd?
Yeah, it definitely, I feel it a lot at the start, but I think once you get past the start, you're kind of just, you already feel the fatigue set in, so it's just like, okay, I'll just be in my race, just get this done. And we always say, just keep your head in the boat. And so whenever you hear people on the crowd coming from the sides, just stay your head in the boat. So I just look forward. Megan is my stroke seat, so I just look right at her back, and I just stay in time with her, and that's how I stay focused.
I'm going to give you a chance to give a shout-out to your coxswain. This is kind of a coxswain's race. The Mountain Lake Cut is very narrow. They compete 4 boats across. Really, there's probably not enough room for 4. And today was windy, coming across lane 1, so it's pushing boats. Some races had boats kind of in front and back of each other. It was difficult for coxswains to get a straight path. I was just talking about how I felt like Moxie did.
Yeah, Moxie did great. She's really good at keeping her line, and that's helpful for us because if she goes out of her line, then we have to row more meters. So she does a really good job at the start, just helping us. We put our oars out way long and like kind of scull it around, so we just get our point, and often she overcorrects a little bit because she knows the wind is going to push us, so it just takes all that planning and mental energy, but she does a really good job keeping her point and talking to us the whole time. So.
Great. This 4 has been very good all season. Made a change this week with one new member in there. How is it like to integrate a new rower into a group that's been rowing together for weeks?
Yeah, it's definitely tricky. We had JJ at first, and then Megan switched in, and they have a pretty different stroke. And so it definitely took a few days to kind of understand how she pauses differently or where her hands go, and just like really getting the balance of the boat correct. But I think today we pulled it together, and definitely the past few days were really vital in us just getting that rhythm together and understanding just the differences between strokes, and I think we had a really good race, and it was awesome.
You certainly did. A challenging field, led by Division I Washington, the host, and that's a great crew, great program. They took it out, and they were pretty far in front. What is it like to keep within your race plan and not worry about a crew that's out there?
Yeah, we actually practice our race plan every day before practice, and so that's just helpful to know. Like I know at every 500 meter what call is going to be made and where I need to be pushing harder, and so that's super helpful of knowing that even if a boat is ahead or behind, or if I can see them wherever they are, it's like, okay, I'm just sticking to my plan. I know it's coming up. I know that maybe in 5 strokes I'm going to have to push a little harder, or we're going up in rate, or whatever it is, and so I just stick to that plan and we just execute it.
Great. So the real race in this one is for 2nd place. You gained early lead, it looked like, over Seattle U. Just talk about how the race transpired.
Yeah, it definitely felt like we were staying level with SU and Western for a little bit, and so I definitely felt at the beginning getting a little nervous of like, I don't know if they'll catch us, but again, I just tried to like stay in my boat, and we have a 30 stroke move about halfway through at 1,000 meters, and that has been consistent at getting us ahead, and so that was where it really broke away from them, and then our sprint was effective in getting us even further out.
Great. And at the finish, plenty of open water between you and second, and Seattle U and Western was quite a bit further back. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about just overall today's result?
Felt really good, especially having switched in new stroke. It felt like even with all the variables, we executed well, and it was just really fun to finish and then hear the band play and everyone cheering. It was just super good energy.
Great. Well, not a lot of time to celebrate this, how well you performed today. Next week, a huge race, the GNAC Championships, and you'll face that same Western team again, along with Humboldt and UCO, Central Oklahoma Crews. Thoughts on getting kind of organized, sorted out, and doing this again next week?
Yeah, we definitely talked about some things we need to work on today, just finding length and different drills that we're going to do next week. So we'll keep our head in the game, and we know that, we've gotten second a bunch of times, but that doesn't mean that other schools aren't going to get faster. So we'll just go into the next race as we've done all the other ones, just executing our race plan, and we'll just try our best.
Great. And let's quickly just talk about yourself. Tell us where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from Pasadena, California.
And why did you choose to come to Seattle Pacific?
I am a political science major, so I came for that program, and then I really thought that rowing was a cool thing and just cool to be in Washington, and so I just came to tryouts and thought maybe I'll do it, and I'm super glad that I joined because I love the community and the team, and it's awesome.
So what was the most difficult aspect of you learning how to row?
I think it just took a while to pick up the form, and so often coaches would give form tips, and I wouldn't really know what they were referring to or what that was in relation to, but I really started to get into the groove of it winter quarter, sorry. And that was just really good to start to understand how I can apply corrections and then just make it better.
Great. Well, Audrey, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on a great race today, and good luck next week.
Thank you.